Judicial Service Commission strengthened with 2 new appointees. Justice Walia honored for his enduring contribution to the bench.
And in sports, the squad to represent Botswana in the upcoming FIFA World Cup qualifier unveiled.
In sport is Ntabogang Semetlela interpreting in sign language. Taposa, good evening. Ms. Grace Muzila and Ms. Taka Womutswahole have been sworn into the Judicial Service Commission, bolstering the body's legal expertise. President Advocate Dumaboko described the appointments as vital for strengthening the administration of justice and aligning the legal profession with evolving national needs. Usidile Unkabetse reports.
I, Grace Muzila, do swear that I will be faithful and bear the allegiance of the Republic of Botswana.
I, Cabo Godfrey Mutswahole, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Botswana.
This is a constitutional move which will now see these 2 new members effectively execute the mammoth task of serving within the Judicial Service Commission, a constitutional body which plays a critical role in promoting judicial independence.
The Judicial Service Commission plays a very pivotal role in supporting the administration of justice, ensuring that we get judges and we get judges that are properly attuned to the requirements of the times that we are in. Law is a tool of engineering society towards some shape and character. So once we understand, or we can argue and quarrel and ultimately settle somewhere about the kind of society, then we need to settle the jurisprudence that must take us there, or that must support the journey towards that epic outcome.
Legal organs such as this one ought to be alive to the need to constantly evolve to cater for rapidly evolving modern times, which call for innovation and sustainable growth.
We've had some jurisprudence, and perhaps the part that has lagged behind in our jurisdiction is a critique of the jurisprudence by academia, among other quarters. So academia must lead in interrogating the jurisprudence. Academia must provide think tanks that inform the judges, so that judges can cite journal articles, arguments, propositions advanced by members of the legal academy. We haven't had enough of that, if we've had it at all. And so we must, at the back of our minds, or at the forefront, engage with this understanding. What kind of judge? Who is a judge?
The Judicial Service Commission carries, among other responsibilities, assessing and recommending officers to be appointed for judicial posts and their discipline. Utsidile Unkabetse, BTV News, Gaborone.
The government will prioritize rapid upskilling of the youth in technology to meet the demands of an evolving job market and spur economic growth. This was revealed by Vice President Ntabogang Latli during a Khotla meeting in Gaborone West at the Marula Mantsi ward. Latli stressed that the initiative complements ongoing efforts to revitalize the education sector and better prepare the nation's youth for future opportunities. Monica Sotwala reports.
The public outcry over the failure of the country's education system to produce graduates who meet modern industry needs has been loud and clear for quite some time. To address this challenge, government is adamant that digital technology is one of the sectors to leverage on to boost efforts of improving education through technical and vocational education and training.
Go godimo ha go hetola thuto mo lehatsheng ka bophara go na le tse re yang go di dira ka bonako ka sekgowa rapid upskilling in technology and AI skills. Go na le lenaneo le le tla tswang mo nakong e sa hediseng pele e leng gore bana ba rona ba ba heditseng di university ba ba tseneng dikole mme ba sa kgone go bona ditiro ka bonako ba kgone gore ba nne le tshono ya this rapid upskilling.
Phase 4, as one of the city's prime areas, is faced with insufficient developments, including the lack of a police post, street lights, and dilapidated school infrastructure.
Kulesese ha sa junior mongaka ha jitsora ba teng ha ke makgasa hela maloba ha mariga a gaketse thata ha go letsidi di gore ke heta ha di khoro go mabati a o le di enstere go thubegile ke ka le ba ka re ei
dikole tsotlhe ga se hela tsa Gaborone West, they are dilapidated. Bana ba mo serameng matitjara ga bana. I am surprised gore matitjara wa rona. Look at our teacher, she is here despite the bad conditions. She is so devoted and so dedicated. I'm going to stand up and work for my country.
Regarding the current economic situation, the Vice President says efforts are underway to cut costs, while government is working on a long-term solution.
La itse gore re somolotse go kgaola tiriso ya madi mo diong tse dingwe re o mangwa thata ke ate ha gongwe ke bontshiwe ka ha ke o mangwang ka teng mme ga ke na le bothata le le ka nkomanya jang tse di tshwanetseng gore di dirwe go aga lehatse la rona bogolo ke o mangwe ba gaetso.
Mr. Gaulate, who recently visited Japan, shared with Phase 4 residents that efforts to seek partnerships abroad to drive the country's developments will soon bear fruit. Monica Satswaila, BTV News, Gaborone.
The legal fraternity gathered in Gaborone this afternoon to honor the life and legacy of the late Justice Singh Walia, who passed away last week. Speakers at his memorial service described the 78-year-old as a distinguished figure and a leader who respected the rule of law. Kiganse Kumalo has more.
A solemn atmosphere filled the High Court Hall in Gaborone as the legal fraternity, dignitaries and family members gathered to pay tribute to one of Botswana's most respected legal minds. Justice Lagvinda Singh Walia was appointed to the Court of Appeal in 2017 after serving 14 years as a High Court judge in Francistown, Gaborone and Lobatse.
His journey from private practice to the highest court of the land reflects a story of discipline, service, and patriotism. He was a man who believed that law must not stand still. His embrace of court digitalization, even in his later years, was not just a signal of progress but of vision. It was his belief that justice must not evolve, but it should meet the people where they are.
He had his own unique character that made him special and the effective jurist he was. For those of us whom he has left behind can only attempt to emulate him, and I would encourage us to so do. That he leaves behind big and heavy judicial boots is undeniable.
Justice Walia's longtime colleagues remembered him for his sound and fearless rulings.
As judges, we get criticized very much for our judgments. And Judge Walia was one of those judges who will get criticism because people didn't quite agree with him. But he took it in his stride, and he was always willing to serve always wanting to do his best.
While at the High Court, Justice Walia exhibited, as has been said by the various speakers who came before me, an exemplary work ethic. In so doing, he embodied a spirit of service and loyalty to his judicial oath. He gave intellect and energy in the service of this country in strengthening its democracy.
For those who knew him, he was the ultimate storyteller, able to light up a room with a witty one-liner or an unforgettable tale, brilliantly true or unbelievably made up. He taught me and my brothers so much about honesty, dignity, integrity, respect, and what it is to be a good person. This is how he lived his life, and this is a legacy he leaves behind.
As Botswana bids farewell to one of its sharp legal minds, many say the legacy of Justice Lakvinda Singh Waliam will continue to guide the principles of justice for years to come. Kikantse Kumalo, BTV News, Gaborone.
Truckloads of medical supplies were dispatched from the central medical stores last night to different parts of the country following a declaration of a state of public health emergency by President Advocate Duma Boko. A dedicated national task force appointed to bypass bureaucratic delays oversaw the distribution of critical medicines to ensure timely access for citizens. Health Minister Dr. Stephen Modise confirmed that more assignments will follow throughout the week, reinforcing government's commitment to tackle the ongoing health sector crisis. Dr. Modise emphasized that while a full transformation of CMS and the National Procurement and Distribution System will be gradual, immediate measures were being implemented to guarantee that citizens can access essential health services and supplies without delays.
We should have medicines on the shelves. Set out to nasa lautsing sa diragal. Po simologile ya ka le bona Batswana betso. Re sologela gore mo nakong e sa hediseng pelo e khutshwane in the shortest possible time. Melemo e be le mo dipateng. Tsotlhe mo lehatsheng la rona. We are transforming central medical stores. We are transforming government as you know it. So this transformation is not a short-term thing that happens. It's a process that we have already started. But while we're doing the transformation, people need medicines. And that is why we're engaged in this exercise, to get medicines to people as we are going through the transformative process. There are some legislative issues that need to be dealt with for a full transformation, and we want to do everything according to the law.
Still with BTV News at 9. Botswana's labor movement turned up the pressure on government as 5+1 cooperating trade unions marched to office of the president to hand over a petition to Minister Mweti Muhwasa. They demanded the removal of both the permanent secretary to the president, Ms. Emma Pelwitletsi, and the director of DPSM, Ms. Haone Macholo, accusing them of neglecting public servants' welfare and mishandling salary negotiations in a dispute that has the potential to severely disrupt the public service in its entirety. Unanethata Motlanka has more.
Led by Bopeu, Pusetu, BTU, Manual Workers Union, BONU, and BDU, workers marched to register their grievances. Among the issues raised were repeated postponements of salary talks, which unions say have left public servants frustrated. They further accused DPSM of manipulating records and bypassing the coalition by cutting side deals with other groups. We are here to lay our grievances which are hindering our performance and frustrating.
We note with serious concern that the 25-26 salary negotiations have stalled as a direct result of poor leadership of the Director of Public Service Management, Ms. Raude Macholo, and lack of interest by Permanent Secretary to the President, Ms. Ima Beruites.
The petition also highlighted discrepancies in overtime allowances, with executives said to be benefiting while lower-scale employees are excluded.
ga ke senke ke dumele gore mo mmusong wa lona e kare motho o cleanang a emisediwa overtime.
Why are the high-earning public servants getting overtime while it's been cancelled for low earners? Please attend to this. Accepting the petition on behalf of government, Minister Moeti Mohasa stated that his office remains open for trade unions to consult on their grievances. He assured workers that government will review the petition and provide a response in due course. Our door is open for talks. We will look at your petition and revert back to you. The 5+1 collective has a long history of mobilizing workers during disputes. Leaders stressed that the march was only the beginning of more to come.
Khansi Senior Magistrate Mpho Mulema granted bail to two brothers, Kapi Webb and Paki Webb, charged with the murder of Oseho Mosatlane, also from Khansi. Magistrate Mulema made this decision despite the public prosecutor Shatiso Ngebani arguing for their continued detention for their own safety. The magistrate noted that, like any other citizen, the accused will remain safeguarded by the Botswana police even if released. The brothers are scheduled to appear before the Khansi Magistrate Court on the 25th of September this year. In other news, council authorities have been urged to come up with strategies and plans that can be implemented to develop their areas. Through the centralization policy, management and leadership at councils will be expected to come up with ways to ease and fast-track development, including income-generating projects that could be helpful to propel this mandate. This was said by the Minister of Local Government and Traditional Affairs, Mr. Ketlalifile Motshekga, while officially launching the decentralization policy in the Northeast District Council in Masunga recently.
We can't get there by miracle. We need leadership. That is why I'm emphasizing on leadership, that we need thought leaders. I was saying to Gaborone and other councils, or you can't compete amongst yourselves. The council is Botswana. You need to compete with other municipalities at a global level. Don't benchmark and compete amongst yourselves. You must compete with the best in the global scene. That is why for councils, we are crafting a model or template of what constitutes an effective, efficient, agile, and exponential council or local authority. Or what is it that we envision as a functional council, that we want all councils to operate at that level? The fact that we are under a new administration with new ideas, we must accept that things will not be normal. We must be restless. We must be ambitious. We must be optimistic. We must be pragmatic in our drive to transform this country, not just for the sake of transformation, but to change the lives of the people. Because this government is fashioned as a human rights-based government, as an inclusive government, whereby there must be prosperity for all.
Metlaeno Gasitsiwi of Khoseng Ward in Kanye has pleaded not guilty before Kanye Senior Magistrate Kineilwe Kgaudi. Khaziziwi, who is Kosima Lope's cousin, is facing charges of violating Section 25, Subsection 1, along with Subsection 3 of the Bukhosi Act, after allegedly stating that Kosima Lope has no royal blood and does not possess qualities of a leader. According to the Director of Public Prosecutions, Methaeno Khaziziwi is alleged to have made the statements during a Khotla meeting in Kanye last year on the 13th of February. The DPP has informed the court that investigations on the matter have been completed and that the case has been scheduled for case management on the 8th of October to set the trial date. And Tawahan Semetlela is standing by to give us sport.
Thank you very much, Khumuzo Mapani. Now, Botswana Tonight Sports News follows with me, Tabuhan Sebetlela. Senior men's national football team, the Zebras head coach Murana Ramoreburi, has announced the final 27 men's squad that will represent the country in the upcoming FIFA World Cup qualifiers matches to be played next month. Sofatso Badubi with more.
The Zebras are in Group G, consisting of Algeria, Mozambique, Uganda, Guinea and Somalia, placed third with 9 points. Ramoreburi's lads are remaining with 4 games and need at least 7 points of the possible 12 to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
We have Mr. Poko, we have Mr. Dambe, we have Mr. Josipula, we have Mr. Johnson, we have Mr. Mangolo, we have Mr. Khaulaului, we have Mr. Kopelang, we have Mr. Nganda, we have Mr. Linenyani, we have Mr. Velapi, we have Mr. Sakana, we have Mr. Sarameng, we have Mr. Dizile, we have Mr. Piri, we have Mr. Muhutsiwa, we have Mr. Baruti, we have Mr. Cooper, we have Mr. Sitsile, we have Mr. Boy, we have Mr. Semadi, we have Mr. Shadikong, we have Mr. Sisinye, we have Mr. Khamanyani, we have Mr. Orebonye, we have Mr. Maponda, and lastly, we have Mr. Keselebali. That is the team.
Coach Ramoreburi has also announced that 2 of his players based in Libya, Captain Tataonedi Tokwe and Dumisang Orebonye, may not make it to the squad.
The discussion was that they have played a lot of matches, and some of the matches they played with injuries. And to some extent, we felt that it will not be fair, honestly, because it was a discussion. It will not be fair for us, honestly, to have them now, because they will be going back for pre-season in a week's time. Assistance we are looking for from the club and also engaging them. We ended up agreeing that Mr. Orebonye will be, maybe, if the medical team approves that he's ready to play, he might join us for the Mozambique game. As for Mr. Ditlhokwe, looking at the number of minutes that he has played and also with some injuries, we felt that if we need him going forward, we rather allow him to rest now.
The Zebras will play away matches against Algeria on September 4th and Mozambique on the 8th before taking on Uganda and Guinea in October. Tsegofatso Badubi, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Botswana Darts Association this morning bid farewell to the under-15 and under-18 national teams ahead of the African Union Sports Council Youth Darts Championship or Region 5 games to be held in Zimbabwe. The farewell ceremony was hosted at Baraka Lodge in Tonota. Karabosebele was there.
The 2 national teams made up of 20 athletes will be looking to defend their title after winning the last championships held in Zambia in 2023. Youth League coordinator Kerapetsi Sitiko has expressed confidence in the team despite the challenges they encountered during the season, saying they have the necessary experience.
We are
prepared, but it was not satisfying as we started camp late due to financial constraints. However, training sessions at schools worked for us. Meanwhile, athletes had this to say regarding the Region 5 games. I'm happy to go and hoist my country's flag and show our capabilities. I'm happy to represent my country and expect to do well, as it's not the first time I will compete internationally. In bidding farewell to the boys and girls, Bana ba Tonota Association Secretary Honaya Kisianye defines today's milestone as a sign of the significance of school sports.
I'm on the ground,
I am very much aware of the results school sports bring, as I'm a teacher. Therefore, sports is important as it encourages discipline and talent identification.
Sports ke kalahi yona ka boyone go na le discipline e ntsi thata go sportseng ibile go kwetla ngwana gore a kgone go ithaloganya talent ya gagwe.
So Bongwanaka, let me just say good luck, go and do your best. I trust you. I know you have the potential. So go and defend your gold.
The national team is set to depart tonight for the Region 5 competitions, billed to start on Thursday and end on Saturday. Karabo Sibili, BTV Sport, Tonota.
Lastly, the Botswana Softball Association has graduated 20 umpires from level 1 to level 4, along with 21 scorers from level 1 to level 3. This follows the association's two-day training course for its officials, which was held at the National Diamond Center in Gaborone. The training was conducted by Michelle Williams, who is an umpire facilitator with the South African Softball Body. Sofatso Malepa reports.
The lack of representation by local officials at international competitions has pushed the association's leadership to focus on developing more officials and ensuring that its events are run by certified personnel.
You go through levels from level 1 up to level 4 nationally, and then from there that is when you can go to WBSC Africa level, which is a regional level. So having level 4s here actually paves the way for us so that we can have more umpires going into WBSC Africa, and we'll see more umpires now officiating the World Cup qualifiers, and in a short while then we can send our umpires for WBSC license, and that is when we'll see them doing our World Cup. So in a nutshell, so this development is really welcome, and we are happy to have level 4s.
6 scorers graduated at level 3, another 6 at level 2, while 9 were certified at level 1.
For this, it's been a long time coming. We've been looking forward to this for a while now, and we're pretty happy that the association and the BNSC found it fitting for us to be funded to do this. We appreciate it.
On the side of umpires, 8 were certified at level 1, 3 at level 2, 4 at level 3, while 5 successfully attained level 4 certification.
It is a good feeling for me, for my personal development, and also for softball. Remember, with quality umpiring, it means the quality of the sport also improves. So, of which I want to believe that the country or the sport, like I said, is going to benefit from my service as an umpire.
Through these efforts, the Botswana Softball Association aims to have more local officials at international tournaments, while also improving the quality of officiating on domestic competitions. Tsegofatso Malepa, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Tsegofatso Malepa bring us to the end of our 9 p.m. sports update. For now, Khomozo Bapane is on standby to remind us of our leading stories.
Judicial Service Commission strengthened with 2 new appointees. Justice Walia honored for his enduring contribution to the bench.
And in sports, the squad to represent Botswana in the upcoming FIFA World Cup qualifiers unveiled.
That's how we come to the end of our news bulletin. There's evening Topotaposa in sign language and Tawahan Sebetlela in sport. Up next is the weather. Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather focus brought to you by Lydia Wadikhomo. Looking at the current satellite image, clouds are visible over some parts of Hans, Kalahari, southern southeast Katli, Kweni and southern central distance. Over the remaining areas is currently showing clear skies. Tomorrow, expecting cloudy conditions over Kalahari distance or over southern center. We are expecting cloudy be clearing as the day progresses. Partly cloudy conditions expected over southern Hans and Ngamilanti districts. All over southeast Katli, Kweni district, we're expecting patches of clouds. Clear skies are expected over the remaining areas, with possibility of isolated thunder showers over southern Hansi and Kalahari districts. In the morning, we're expecting mild temperatures over southern southeast Katli, Kweni and northeast districts between 9 and 13 degrees Celsius. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting warm temperatures between 14 and 17 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, we're expecting cold temperatures over southern Hans with 90 degrees Celsius over Ngwajani. All over Kalahari district, we're expecting mild temperatures between 24 and 25 degrees Celsius. Warm temperatures expected over southern southeast Katli, Kweni and southern central, ranging between 28 and 30 degrees Celsius. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting hot temperatures ranging between 31 and 36 degrees Celsius. As for the Sadek region, we're expecting partly cloud conditions over Quebec with 21 degrees Celsius. Patches of clouds expected over Maseru and Manzini with 28 degrees Celsius over Manzini and 24 over Maseru. Antananarivo and Lusaka expecting clear skies with 31 degrees Celsius over Lusaka and 26 degrees Celsius over Antananarivo. Beira and Harare expecting patches of clouds with maximum of 26 over Harare and 29 over Beira. Dar es Salaam expecting patches of clouds with 30 degrees Celsius, while over Blantyre expecting clear skies with 28 degrees Celsius. That's the weather forecast. Good night.
I want to start with you from the Pharmaceutical Wholesalers Association. You are the chairman there. I'm going to start with you, Mark Fallows, your understanding of what the president has just said, particularly around what the plan is